Hey, what's up guys? It's me, LSP Spectrar here in another video in Wayward Terran Frontier. We are continuing our series of our awesome, fun, crazy ship builds that we are doing. And this time, as you might be able to tell from my little sneak peek at the tip of the ship, we're doing missiles. Now, before we look at the ship, I wanted the ship to be mostly usable instead of just rounding the entire area with missile tubes, because I did that in my first mock-up of the ship, but it was very unsatisfying that I couldn't reload all the missile tubes. I could reload most of them, and it ran out rather more quick than I would like. So I wanted to make it kind of useful. So let's kind of just slowly, I wish there was a way to slowly kind of go down. We're just going to kind of do a pan down the entire sides are lined with the missiles. Now, first thing to note, we can move. This is our entire movement section of the ship. This is purely our dedication to movement, so it's not super maneuverable by any means, but that's okay. It doesn't really need that. It just blows things up before they get anywhere near it, because you can shoot missiles from very far away. Now, another thing to note is that this ship has to be built around its pilot. There's no way to access the ship. Now, you could be boring and do a little pathway over to here to the side to let a little, or from here to a little thing. But I decided just to include all the necessities that our poor little pilot would need. He's got his cockpit. He's got a little storage space for all of his personal needs. He's got a utility closet for tools and other things that would be in a utility closet. His bedroom. He's got a rec room where he's got a pool table, some couches and chairs, a bar for food, toilets, which is a must, and you've got a jogging track. I had way too much fun with this, guys. Something's wrong with me. So our pilot can live inside the ship for the rest of his piloting days in the comfort and have all the necessities of home. Now, moving on to the actual parts of the ship. I wanted to make it so that I could reproduce missiles as fast as possible. I've gotten it down to where these two missile producers can produce one missile per 4 seconds. So every 4 seconds, each one of these puts out a new missile into the clips, which took some finagling. And you may say there's not any conduits, but that's because when a capacitor is hooked directly to its source, it's not limited by the 30 per second that other wiring is, as you can see right here. It can transfer its full maximum amount. So this capacitor can transfer 315 power per second, and this one can transfer 80 per second. Now, each one of these generators outputs about 120, 150 at overload, or overclock, I guess is another way you could say it. So I did many other test setups where I even had even more of these, and it wasn't making it less than 40. So this seemed to be the kind of golden spot. This one's kind of helping both, while each one has its own dedicated, getting a maximum of 140 per second. And with these two capacitors going, 80-80 gives you 160. So it obviously allows for enough space to transfer its max at all times. And all of these are hooked up to all of these heat sinks at the front and at the bottom, which are very much so needed to make sure it's producing maximum at all times. Now, the hardest part of this ship is getting these clips. It took me about 6 tries, or I guess 2 full wipes. Like, I cleared out everything and tried again, and then like a good hour of fixing things and optimizing things. Now, what I did is I made it so that it comes up, and this is mirrored on both sides. And it come up all the way down, feed zigzagging and maneuvering all the way back up, and then I wanted a straight line all the way back down. Now, in one of my designs, I had it going back and forth between each tube. But that meant that when we got to here, there's a whole bunch of missiles left, but only these tubes were refilling. Or, sorry, when it got all the way down here, all these tubes were full, but only these were refilling. And so I made it so that when you only have like 30 left, then you only are using these two, not when you have like 100 left. It just makes it so that you're maximizing your being able to use as many missiles as possible at the same time. So a little optimization thing there. Now, you may be asking, why don't I do more of these? Well, there's a complication where a clip can't pull from 2 sources, and so I'd have to section it out, and I did that once, and I wasn't able to produce missiles as fast as I can right here with this setup. There wasn't enough space. So you'd have to do is like this one only feeds to these missiles, and then you have another one that only feeds to these, and another one that only feeds to these. It's a huge thing that I'm really hating about clips, and I'll show you visually what I mean. So this clip is right here. It cannot pull from both of these. The game will decide one of the 2 that it will pull from randomly. It seems to be random for the most part, but it will only pull from one. It will never pull from the other one, even if the other one is empty and the other one is full. So that's why you see little potholes here and there because of stuff like that, or it's just a really annoying little factor. And so I wish I could have like 4 of these and they will all feed into one, and then I'm just pumping missiles in, but it's just not possible. And so that's kind of our design of the ship. Show you the power overlay view, so you can kind of see. It's not complicated in its wiring, but I figure some of you might need it. Now, clips take away a lot from your integrity, so I had to fit in some really big structure in here. I believe this one right here is the biggest one in there. And so it took away some missile space, but that's okay. It was worth it in the end to get as many missile clips as we did. Now, this ship can fire like right after the other for quite a while. And so let's get into that. Okay, guys, we're in our little rec room here by our cockpit. Let's start shooting some stuff. I'll do an up close real quick. You're meant to shoot things from far away because you can actually fire missiles from about 5 kilometers out. So you can start shooting things from here and get about 2 to 3 volleys out before it can even reach you, and by then it's usually long dead. And a nice thing about that is by the time it gets out here, the missiles have generally lined up pretty straight, and so they hit one right after the other, and can just like, it's like the Saw video where it just starts beaming right in, one explosion right after the other. It's pretty cool. But we'll do an up close here. Press F2, press and hold E, boom. Oh my gosh, completely decimates the little ship with extra missiles flying around, not knowing what to do themselves because there's nothing left of the ship. Oh, it's just so great. And then obviously our missiles reload, our factory will continue to make stuff. You can get some pretty cool explosions. I'll do one a little bit further out. Start one right there. Boom, he gets a few shots at us. He's able to destroy a couple missiles. And that's one thing to consider. So, and it's also something you can use as a defense. You can actually shoot missiles out of the air. And so this wave of missiles is almost like a defense against bullets to a point. Which is kind of nice because our ship really can't take too many hits. As you can see, we've got some armor around, but not nearly enough to really protect ourselves. Maneuverability is just kind of average. As you can see, our little thrusters here in the back. We can kind of rotate, but again, the purpose of the ship is not to really move all that much. And so, yeah, let's spawn a fun, bigger ship as I close out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any comments or any ship ideas or any ideas at all, or anything you want to say, period, just throw it in the comment section below. I'd love to talk to you guys and hear what you have to say. And I hope you found this video entertaining. Have fun making this ship and playing around with all of these great missiles. Look at that. Oh man, that's just so cool. So many explosions. Anyways, I will see you guys in the next video. See ya! Jogging around the track. Jogging around the track. Jogging around the track.